When they tell me about this particular project, I feel there is a must that no matter how I feel uncomfortable of delivering this message, I feel there's a must that I wanted to do it. Along the way, I still struggle a lot, like what kind of message that people really feel comfortable seeing and how this message might really help the people. That's maybe the victims. But eventually, I'm glad I can make it. My name is Chemin Hsiao. I'm a visual artist from Taiwan. You are currently visiting my studio in the Brooklyn Army Terminal studio space. Like growing up in Taiwan, as a child, we all need to learn how to use calligraphy brush and on paper to learn how to write Mandarin words. So I think it's embedded in my cultural memory that I just feel like very, very comfortable using them. So I continue to use watercolor on paper. Within my work, I would say that there's always a connection that I'm thinking about my family. I might think about the garden of my mom grew up, like where I grew up with. From my current work, you will see that a lot of connection are from maybe manga story I read as a child, or just the movies I saw in Asia. When I see the open call from the Noguchi Museum, I feel like it's a hard thing to tackle. As you can see from most of my artwork, there's not much political statement or anything involving social idea. So when I think about what kind of message I can do for the banners, obviously I retrace back to my own practice. Like, can I use the pandemic scene that I've been doing? It's involving me as an alternative person to react to what I am feeling and responded to the social, like how we live in the pandemic era. So I follow up on that visual language. I bring that back and thinking maybe I can use that direction to tackle this message. Like there are 6 spaces. Do I want it to portray one singular unified ideas, or do I want to use each one to present a strong idea so people can resonate? Eventually I landed in different idea for each. I think this one is one of the hardest ones because originally I want to abandon this idea because it's not directly related to Asian American in a way that helping the anti-Asian hate. I Become Nisei, this article particularly written by Mr. Noguchi in 1942, if I remember correctly. I read through it, I saw this quote that he felt that for American, he's not too American. For Japan, he's not too Japan. So that resonated with me a lot. It's like he said he's a middle man. So I feel like, yeah, that's essentially the core of all immigrants in New York or in large USA. This message in particular, I wanted to pay this tribute to Mr. Noguchi that we are all together. It's like very similar. Obviously, Dandelion itself, it's this fluffy items, and every time I saw them, I feel there's certain kind of healing and support. I feel like they are the wonderful symbol for immigrants, which is why I feel like, oh, if you cut down the loop, you might fall, but that's each other catch each other, so catch each other when you fall. I know the artwork cannot really ease the pain for the victims and their families. How I turn that thoughts around is really, can you just offer the sympathy, offer the comfort in a way that you know. Obviously, the way I know how to comfort people.